Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us on April 25th, 2023 for the regular Village Board meeting. Please join me as we do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lana, roll call, please.
Mayor DeBold.
Here.
Trustees Brockman.
Here.
Carroll.
Here.
Chapman.
Here.
Kirkland. Here. Luciano.
Here.
And Selfridge.
Here.
All right, we have a full complement of board members. We can conduct our business for the evening. Are there any citizens wishing to address the Village Board? Seeing none, we will move into this evening's consent agenda. Item number 1 will be approval of the regular meeting minutes of April 11th, 2023. Approval of accounts payable in the amount of $460,625.26. Approval in the payment amount of $648,352.52 to Pacific Construction for the PW facility. Approval of the payment amount of $10,000 to Will County Center for Economic Development for our annual investment. Payment in the amount of $44,636.40 to Lane Christensen for well number 9 rehabilitation. Payment in the amount of $79,021.02 to Cargill for de-icing salt. We should be well ahead on that one, right, Norio? All right. Item number 8 will be approval of an ordinance granting conditional use for a civic building, fire station, fire training facility, which includes the training building located at 748 Jones Road, Seward Township, Kendall County. The PIN number is noted, waiving the second read on that. And number 9 is approval of an ordinance granting variances to allow assigned accessory structures in the front of a side yard, 60 feet accessory structure for the Troy Fire Protection District at 748 Jones Road in Seward Township, Kendall County. PIN number as noted, looking down also to waive the second read through the consent. Are there any items the board member has any discussion through and whatnot?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion Luciano, second Kirkland. Roll call, please.
Carroll.
Yes.
Chapman.
Yes.
Kirkland.
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
Selfridge.
Yes.
And Brockman.
Yes.
All right, consent agenda is approved. Move into our reports and communications for the evening. With that, I defer to the clerk, Ms. Jakaitis.
Okay, I would like to read into the record the abstract of votes from the consolidated election of April 4th, 2023. These are the official results. The ballots cast were 1,785. For village clerk, Lana Jakaitis, 1,489. Trustee Scott Selfridge, 1,475. Trustees Stephen A. Brockman, 999. Thomas D. Amos, 837. And Anthony Tony Luciano, 1,008 votes.
Thank you. I have nothing else at this time, so we will move into this evening's order of business. Item number 1 will be consideration for approval of an annual appropriations ordinance for the Village of Shorewood, Will County, Illinois for the fiscal year beginning April 1, 2023, ending March 31st, 2024. This item is up for a first read and first read only. Ms. Burkle.
Thank you, Mayor. The village's appropriation ordinance represents the legal spending authority for our fiscal year that began back April 1st of 2023 and goes through March 31st of 2024. To anticipate for anything we might not be aware of at this time, we increase the budget amount by 25% to account for any emergencies. Of course, the budget figures remain our spending plan, and we would not enter in to any of those excess expenses without the board's authority. As the mayor noted, we're not able to take action on this tonight. We'll come back with a public hearing in a few weeks. The total amount of the appropriation village-wide is $60,307,216. Be happy to take any questions.
All right, as noted, this is just the first read of the appropriations ordinance. You have a couple weeks to review this. This will come back at our next board meeting in May for approval. But if there's no immediate questions, we will move on to business item number 2. All right, seeing none, we'll move into business item number 2. Consideration for approval of an ordinance directing and authorizing disposal of surplus property by the Village of Shorewood. Mr. McCluskey.
Seeking approval for the surplus and disposal of a litany of equipment from PD, the old Data 911 computers, some cell phones, hard drives from some workstations that were replaced throughout the year. The hard drives will be wiped, surplus through a third party, ProShred, and then disposed of properly.
Anybody have any questions for Mr. McCluskey?
I'll make a motion for the approval of an ordinance directing and authorizing the disposal of surplus property by the Village of Shorewood.
Second.
Motion Selfridge, second Carroll. Roll call, please.
Chapman?
Yes.
Kirkland?
Yes.
Luciano? Selfridge?
Yes.
Brockman?
Yes.
And Carroll.
Yes.
All right, item number 2 is approved. Item number 3, be consideration for approval of a bid award and contract to deconstruction for the Rivers Edge Park grading project in the amount of $538,291.21, and authorize execution of the contract consistent with the bid documents. Public Works Director Noriega.
Thank you, Mayor. So this is for the mass grading of our River's Edge project, our new park. Our original budget had allocated almost $450,000 for this. That was calculated at the end of 2021. We did postpone our project slightly to accommodate the master planning of this park with the Phase 1 master plan that was created by White Consultants, so that we make sure that we grade the project appropriately. We advertised this bid beginning mid-February, and we allowed a little bit longer time for the contract to be reviewed by the contractors, hoping to entice interest in our project. This is not a typical roadway project or a water main project. This is just simple grading. So we allowed the contractor a little bit more time. Deconstruction is the lowest responsible bidder with an amount of $538,291.21, which is approximately 17% over the engineer's estimate. This also equates to approximately $90,000 over our current budget in our fiscal year. Rudiger and Tonelli, our design engineering firm, did reach out to the contractors. We had a total of 8 contractors that initially were interested in the project itself. However, only 2 bid. So of the 6 contractors that did not bid, Rudiger and Tonelli did review with them what their interest, what was maybe not allowing them to bid on our project, what prevented them to submit. And many of them had indicated that it was a little too small, especially for the larger size contractors. So with the larger, contractors not interested, they've also indicated that the amount of earthwork, again, too small, and then they were also worried about the scheduling of what we had compared to what the backlog of work that they had in 2022 that is they're still trying to complete this year. So RTA reviewed the bid, provided their recommendation. We did also review opportunities to rebid the project at a later date, but also concerned about our OSLAD grant funding and the time restrictions. So with Rudiger Tonelli's recommendation to bid, we are recommending that we award the contract to Deconstruction, accept their bid proposal for our River's Edge grading project in the amount of $538,291.21, and authorize execution of the contract consistent with the bid documents. Any questions?
So we know this project has a big impact, and as Noriel mentioned, a variety of earth-moving contractors indicated that it was just too small of a project for them, hence creating some slightly over expenditures of what we were anticipating to get the mass grading in place. And as he touched on, as everybody's aware, we were awarded a $600,000 OSLAD grant to move forward on this park. So one of the concerns is if we try to rebid this, we get real close on timelines, and I'd hate to see us lose $600,000. Anything you want to add on there, Administrator?
Everything's been covered.
Any questions from the board?
I do.
Go ahead.
Do we have a start and a completion date?
Well, the start date indicated in our contract documents is May 1st. We were anticipating awarding this contract in the beginning of April if we had good bids, but we had to take a couple weeks to do our due diligence. So we're going to extend it a little slightly, but the completion date is still June 30th. Deconstruction has not indicated anything of any concerns yet. So we're anticipating that we will start the project hopefully by mid-May with a still completion date by June 30th.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Take a motion.
I move to approve a bid award and contracted deconstruction for the Rivers Edge Park grading project in the amount of $538,291.21 and authorize execution of the contract consistent with the bid documents.
Second.
Motion Kirkland and second Selfridge. Roll call, please.
Kirkland.
Yes.
Luciano.
Yes.
Selfridge.
Yes.
Brockman.
Yes.
Carroll.
Yes.
And Chapman.
Yes.
Thank
All
you.
right. Item number 3 has been approved. Our last order of business for the evening will be a consideration for approval of a resolution of the Village of Shorewood, Will County, Illinois, honoring trustee Barbara Cookie Kirkland. Resolution 23R1080. Be a resolution of the Village of Shorewood, Will County, Illinois, honoring trustee Barbara J. Cookie Kirkland. Now be it hereby remembered that Barbara J. Cookie Kirkland truly and faithfully served the Village of Shorewood, Will County, Illinois, as a member of the Board of Trustees from her appointment on May 27, 1997 until April 8, 2003, and then again from May 13, 2014 until April 25, 2023. And whereas during her years as a village trustee did truly serve the citizens of the village with honesty, dedication, steadfastness, personal sacrifice, and donated her time at making Shorewood a more desirable place to live. Whereas Cookie devoted many hours of her time and experience as chair of the Parks and Recreation by providing various seasonal programs in the reconstruction of Kitts Corner Park, Diana Park, K-Crust Park, and the creation of Rivers Edge Park, consisting of 32 acres along the DuPage River. And whereas during her tenure, the village became part of the Grand Prairie Water Commission to obtain Lake Michigan water for the village and its residents, updated the comprehensive plan, park master plan, and the construction of the new public works facility. Now therefore be it resolved by the village president and board of trustees of the Village of Shorewood, Will County, Illinois, that the Village of Shorewood does hereby express its sincere appreciation to Cookie for her unselfish dedication and devotion to the people of the Village of Shorewood and gives recognition to her outstanding contributions. Be it further resolved that Cookie shall carry with her the blessings and gratitude of this village and its residents in all of her future endeavors. Be it further resolved that this resolution, upon its adoption, be spread in full upon the records of the Village of Shorewood, and the clerk of the village is hereby directed to deliver Barbara J. Cookie Kirkland a signed copy thereof. Approved this 25th day, April 2023. Take a motion.
I'll motion.
Second.
Motion Selfridge, second Carroll. Roll call, please.
Luciano.
Yes.
Selfridge.
Yes.
Brockman.
Yes.
Carroll.
Yes.
Chapman.
Yes.
And Kirkland.
Yes.
Resolution's adopted. Let me, from here, we're going to move into the trustee comments. With that, I just want to move right into trustee Brockman.
Thank you, Mayor. Next planning and zoning will be on May 3rd, and you have an agenda, Natalie, that you want to share?
Yes, so we'll have a plot consolidation or rezone for some lots in Westminster Gardens. And we'll have potentially site plan for parking lots and one of our existing centers.
Okay, very good. And I'll have a few comments about trustee Kirkland in my statement after swearing in.
Okay.
Okay.
Trustee Carroll.
I'd just like to thank Cookie for her time and dedication to the village.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Trustee Chapman.
Yeah, no comment, sir.
No problem. Trustee Kirkland.
Thank you. To the newly elected Lana, Steve, Scott, Tony, and Tom, congratulations and thank you. I trust you will serve us with honesty and integrity and take good care of our village, doing the right thing for all of Shorewood. As for me, tonight is bittersweet. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve the village of Shorewood, and I'm so grateful for having had the opportunity to work with the mayor, the board, the staff, as well as so many residents of Shorewood over the years. I met so many wonderful people along the way and learned so much. Together we've accomplished a lot, and even though there's still so much more to do, I feel the time is right for me to step down and move on to the next chapter of my life. Shorewood has a special place in my heart, and that will never change. Thanks for the memories.
Thank you. Trustee Luciano.
I just have, the Citizens Advisory Committee will be meeting Thursday, April 27th, here in the Village Hall at 7 p.m. And as always, if there's anyone who's interested in getting involved in the committee, they can either contact myself or one of the members. The addresses and contact information is on the village website.
Thank you. Trustee Selfridge.
I just want to say congrats and thank you to Cookie Kirkland. I know personally she was a great resource when I moved into the village and I wanted to get involved, and she was a sounding board and just a great resource, and we're lucky to have her. That's all.
Thank you. So prior to us moving into administration of oath, I want to present this. First and foremost, I want you to have the signed resolution this evening so you have it. So when you go home, it's there. Make sure you have that. Secondly, so let's not forget, Ms. Kirkland served on the board as a village trustee for upwards of 15 years. She was the Parks and Recs chair, supported numerous projects to help the village and this community grow as a whole. From the Grand Prairie Water Commission, Comp Plan, our PW facility, K-Crush Park, Diana Park, just to name a few of the most recent ones, the village as a whole is very appreciative of that. And with that, on behalf of the village, I want to present a plaque for your time and service as a trustee you've dedicated to the village.
Thank you. I don't have to say anything else, right?
You don't have to. But I wanted to make certain that was taken care of, though.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, we will move into our administration of the oath of offices for the most recent elected. And as we move into that, I ask each person to come down to the front, just so that way it's out front for everybody to do as they need. With that, I will start with the clerk. Gotta try to stand by the mic. Gotta try to stand by the mic.
Nice and slow, right?
We'll go nice and slow. I,
Lana Chikaitis,
having been elected to the position of clerk
having been elected to the position of clerk
for the village of Shorewood,
for the village of Shorewood,
county of Will, state of Illinois, aforesaid, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
the ordinances of the village of Shorewood,
the ordinances of the village of Shorewood,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
of the office of clerk
for the office of clerk
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. I,
I, Scott Selfridge,
having been elected to the position of trustee
having been elected to the position of trustee
for the Village of Shorewood,
for the Village of Shorewood,
County of Will,
County of Will,
and the State of Illinois,
and the State of Illinois,
aforesaid,
aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
State of Illinois,
the State of Illinois,
ordinances of the Village of Shorewood,
ordinances of the Village of Shorewood,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
of the office of trustee
of the office of trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. We'll do trustee Brockman. So everybody's aware that the first two individuals, Lana and Scott, ran on the residual of an appointed position, so they ran on a 2-year term. So they had to finish that one out. The next three, trustee Brockman, trustee Luciano, and to be trustee Amos, ran on a 4-year term. If you don't mind, please, sir. Not a problem. I,
Stephen A. Brockman,
having been elected to the position of trustee
having been elected to the position of trustee
for the Village of Shorewood,
for the Village of Shorewood,
County of Will,
County of Will,
State of Illinois,
State of Illinois,
aforesaid,
aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
Constitution of the State of Illinois,
Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the ordinances of the Village of Shorewood,
ordinance of the Village of Shorewood.
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties
I will faithfully discharge my duties
of the office of trustee to the best of my ability.
of office of trustee to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Thank you, sir.
Trying to figure the shortest.
Do you have it memorized yet?
Almost.
Thank you for your support, appreciate it.
I
I, Anthony Luciano,
have been elected to the position of trustee
have been elected to the position of trustee
for the Village of
for
Shorewood,
the Village of Shorewood,
County of Will,
County of Will,
State of Illinois,
State of Illinois,
aforesaid,
aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the ordinances of the Village of Shorewood,
and the ordinances of the Village of Shorewood,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties
and I will faithfully discharge my duties
of the office of trustee to the best of my ability.
of the office of trustee to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Mr. Amos.
Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand. I,
I, Thomas T. Amos,
having been elected to the position of trustee
having been elected to the position of trustee
for the Village of Shorewood,
for the Village of Shorewood,
County of Will,
County of Will,
State of Illinois,
State of Illinois,
aforesaid,
aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
Constitution of the State of Illinois,
Constitution of the State of Illinois,
ordinances of the Village of Shorewood,
ordinances of the Village of Shorewood,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties
of the office of trustee to the best of my ability.
of the office of trustee to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Up for the bench. Right? I won't. Oh, I won't.
Congratulations, Don.
Prior to concluding for this evening, I simply would like to open it to the board to provide any comments from elected officials prior to adjournment. I start over here to the right, Trustee Luciano.
Well, let me start out by, first of all, I didn't get a chance to say anything about Cookie, but it's been a pleasure working with you over the last 8 years. Many times we've sat and talked about different things, and you were always helpful. I just wish you the best in your future endeavors. Saying that, I would like to thank everyone who helped me over the past several weeks to get elected to the trustee position. I'd also like to especially thank all those who went out and voted for me so I can serve on this board. I'm looking forward to working with the new board in bringing the best possible services to our residents, bringing Lake Michigan water to Shorewood, increasing our sales tax basis through economic development, and providing a venue of entertainment and different events to all our residents, no matter what age they are. And with that, I'd just like to congratulate the rest of the elected officials today. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Selfridge.
I just wanted to congratulate everybody that won the election, this past consolidated election. Thank you to everyone that supported me. I know Ed Mayor mentioned it was a continuation of a 2-year term, and I was uncontested, but it was great to have a lot of support and all the feedback and all the conversations I've had in my 2 years as a trustee. I'm looking forward to the next 2 and where we go from there. It's just exciting, and I'm blessed to be able to serve the village of Shorewood where I live with my family. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Carroll.
Welcome aboard.
Trustee Amos.
Thank you, Mayor. Special thanks to my wife, who supported me through this endeavor. First time I've run for election, and her support meant a lot to me. Thank you, dear. Thank you to all the voters that came out and supported all of us, including myself. Appreciate it. Looking forward to this endeavor, the opportunity to serve. It's very important to me, and I'll give it my best. Cookie, thank you very much for the words and the support and the exchanges we've had, and I look forward to having more of that as we go. I'll be definitely knocking on your door once in a while, so thank you very much. I know we all have big shoes to fill with you entering into even more retirement now, so, but I'm looking forward to giving it my best. Thank you.
Trustee Broughton.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, the 7.5-month election ordeal is over. For those not familiar with the process, we picked up our packets in mid-September of last year, filled out the necessary paperwork, knocked on doors, some several times to get our 150 signatures, had them notarized. We all turned them in at the same time, went through a lottery draw to find out our position on the ballot, talked to many different people to encourage them to first vote, and second, to convince them they should support me, of course. Put up several signs throughout the village and then waited for the votes to come in and be tabulated. With all that, a total less than 15% of the people took time to vote. There's an old saying that most people probably never heard of it states that someday you may need a lawyer, someday you may need a doctor, someday you may need a preacher, someday you may even need an undertaker. But every day, usually 3 times a day, you need a farmer. With that, this old farmer wants to thank the residents of the village of Shorewood for allowing and trusting me to serve you for another 4 years, God willing. Perhaps not 3 times a day, but just every day, as I have the last 12 years. Without a doubt, we have a lot more work to do for the betterment of this community, and I'm very happy I will be part of that, and ready to work with everyone on this board and the outstanding staff that has been assembled. So again, thank you to all the voters that came out to make this possible. Additionally, I want to congratulate Tony Luciano on winning another term on the board and for his work, or a great job that you're doing with the Citizens Advisory Committee. Want to congratulate my longtime friend Tom Amos for winning a seat on the board the first time, I might add. Very impressive. He will certainly be missed on the Planning and Zoning Committee, where he's been a member for the last 2 years, but welcome to the village board.
Thank you, Steve.
I want to congratulate Scott Selfridge for his victory and thank him for helping with the Planning and Zoning as my vice chair. Appreciate it very much. Want to congratulate Lana Jakaitis, the top vote getter, as I told her she would be before the election even happened, on her victory as a village clerk, and thank her for the great job you do for all of us. Also want to thank Dave Ricciala for stepping up and running for the first time as well. It took me 3 separate elections before I was able to win a seat up here, and then by a whopping 9 votes. So please don't despair. Finally, I want to thank Trustee Barbara Cookie Kirkland for coming back on the board when the death of Trustee C.N.E. Schwartz happened back in 2014. Also, thank you for a great job with Parks and Recreation, and most importantly, thanks for being a good friend to me and my family. I know your voice will be missed and hope I can continue to call on you for support and advice. Until then, see you at the car shows. Thank you very much. Trustee Chapman.
After 32 years of sitting up here, and a couple more to go, I'd like to congratulate the winners. I've seen so many different people and so many different faces come through all these seats. I've held the trustee seat, the mayor's seat. I think I even filled in as clerk one time. But never did I do it as good a job as you do, okay?
Thank you.
All right. So I just want to congratulate you all. And the town has been a steamroller going forward for the benefit of the people of the village of Shorewood. It always has been. And I just hope you can continue to carry that tradition on. So thanks for running, thanks for serving.
Thank you. And last but not least, Clerk, Ms. Jakaitis.
I would like to thank my husband Larry for all of his support and encouragement during this election season and all the past times. Thank you, Mayor DeBold and the trustees for appointing me to this position in 2021. I appreciate that very much. I'd like to thank the voters who took the time out to vote. I'd like to thank Tony Dolney for all of her help and support. It is very much appreciated. And I would like to wish Cookie the best of luck and enjoy your time.
Thank you. Well, not to keep anybody here any longer than they want, take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion Luciano, second Carroll. Roll call, please.
Amos,
Yes.
Brockman,
Yes.
Carroll,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Luciano,
Yes.
and Selfridge.
We are adjourned. Thank you.